Hi, my name is Van Helms, and I'm a student at Clemson University. This is my vlog for cu1000 course. This is required, otherwise I would never make a vlog. We discussed or dialogued interracial dating. We began the discussion with the difference between a debate, discussion, and dialogue. I think the presentation of the tenuous distinction between debate, discussion, and dialogue was fundamentally flawed. The takeaway was that personal experience and opinion were of some importance to a group setting. I reject this entirely. I really don't care how a particular idea makes you feel. If you are too timid to present your ideas forcefully, then too bad for you, as my roommate says. In the real world, and higher education is not the real world, or even close to it, no one cares how a particular policy will affect you individually, especially if it is in the interest of the greater good. We completed an identity wheel. I think that particular exercise is fun and promotes introspection. I'm always interested in what people list as the most salient and which they list as no response. There were no handicapped people at the event, and 2 of the responses dealt with ability. Been interesting to get those perspectives. In my view, interracial dating has become non-controversial. I recognize that there are pockets of obsolescent racism and prejudice that still live in people's souls. However, this really is not reflective of the population. Even in the South, some people claim to be uncomfortable with the stares that they imagine they would receive in the supermarket or in public in general. This is not an argument against interracial dating, but more an excuse. So, either it conceals a more sinister reason or reflects cowardice. If it is the latter, as time passes on, this will be less prevalent. I think there will always be racism to some extent because people look for excuses why they fail. When someone who has achieved mediocrity in life sees a person of color who has succeeded in life, it is a comfort to tell themselves that they only got there because she is of a particular skin color. The same goes for dating. Folks see a pretty girl or a handsome man with someone of opposite race and, seething with jealousy, start to complain about interracial dating. I have an adopted niece who is mixed race. She came into my life early on during elementary school years. We fought considerably, but it was never over the color of her or my skin. Exposure to diversity breeds understanding and good relations. I am not fond of the word tolerance. I once heard John Michie, former basketball player, speak at Duke University. He explained that he tolerates triangular scones. In England, scones are circular like cookies here. Get it together, Starbucks. Toleration, in keeping with the linguistic hair-splitting of the debate, discussion, and dialogue distinction, implies that there are internal objections, but that we nonetheless live and let live. I think that society should aim for a higher standard. I think the most honest observation concerning race is that of Attorney General Eric Holder, who said, when it comes to race, America is a nation of cowards. Attorney General Holder received a great deal of criticism for this remark, but I think he meant that Americans are quick to praise the progress that has been made since the 1960s, but remain fearful of giving serious thought and dialogue to the problems that remain, those that are structural. For example, neighborhoods are still predominantly of a single race, even in cities with the potential for diversity. Atlanta's suburbs and ghettos exemplify this. We have come a long way since the miscegenation laws were repealed and struck down, but there is still great progress to be made, especially at the local level. This can only be achieved with exposure to and promotion of diversity in addition to debate, discussion, and dialogue, especially dialogue. Hi, my name is Van Helms, and I'm a student at Clemson University. This is my vlog for cu1000 course. This is required, otherwise I would never make a vlog. We discussed or dialogued interracial dating. We began the discussion with the difference between a debate, discussion, and dialogue. I think the presentation of the tenuous distinction between debate, discussion, and dialogue was fundamentally flawed. The takeaway was that personal experience and